Hello and welcome to this video that looks on shoulder mobility and stretches and also working into the mid-back. In terms of props, you will need a yoga block. If you don't have a yoga block, then a rolled up towel or blanket is absolutely fine. And you'll also need a strap of some sort. Again, you could use a rolled up towel. So let's come to start. And just have that strap to hand. You'll come to that in a moment. But for now, let's just start to warm up and mobilize a little bit through the shoulders. So nice, great big circles. You can do single circles, moving backwards in space, and you can roll those forwards. And no right or wrong right now, just do what feels good. And then let's move it into double shoulder circles, rolling back, nice big squeeze. Couple more. Nice big exhale. And then take a couple forwards. The forwards ones I always feel a little bit more awkward in the body, but have a go. And then start to, just make sure you have room around you. Just start to sweep these arms into great big circles. And keep this lower belly connected. So I'm not bringing the whole body into this. I'm keeping hips nice and stable, belly strong, just purely getting into that rotation at the shoulder joint socket. If it doesn't feel good for you, then keep elbow nice and bent. That makes it a little easier. And then start to sweep into second direction. So forwards if you went back. Might feel a little tiring. I find these feel quite exhausting in the shoulders, so no need to do too many, particularly if you've just come, if you're doing this video straight off an upper body workout, you will want to feel stretchy stuff rather than more ouchy stuff. But for now, we're just giving the arm just a little reminder that it can move. So shoulders end up feeling really stuck. So doing as many or as little as feels good for you. You can switch arms, take a deep breath in and out, roll those shoulders back, and then let's come and grab the strap. So a really nice one to do is what I call a shoulder floss. You can do it with a yoga strap, you can do it with a Pilates strap, whatever you have to hand. And let's find feet hip distance apart and get really strong and anchored from your hips down to the floor. Shoulders roll down, hold your strap, take a deep breath in and take the arms up to the sky. And so on your exhale, sweep those arms back. Now, this is where on your first couple of times, it's a bit of a test. It's a test to see how wide you might need that strap to go. So just note that the shorter the distance, the harder it is to get the arms back. So if you're a little tighter of shoulder, you might want to come quite wide. Yeah, so what we don't want is for you to be here, as the whole purpose of these videos is to help you find space and a sense of relaxation and stretch. So we don't want to do anything that brings you tension or angst into the body. This is all the feel-good stuff now. So deep breath into the top, deep breath out, maybe through the mouth, to take it behind you. So literally we are flossing into that shoulder joint. And so particularly if you are in a job where you're very stationary at your desk, whether that's that you're in the office or if you're working from home, everything tends to round forwards and feel very stuck. So we're just trying to open here. So take a couple more. And you know, if there's a spot where it feels good, so for me, it's right about here. So I definitely feel the stretch. It's not causing me pain. You're welcome to stay in it. Again, stay really strong. So from the side body, my belly is super engaged. I'm not collapsing into the back here. Spine is stacked. Legs are strong. So this is I'm purely feeling this in the shoulders. Make sure that your neck is relaxed and long. Again, be here for as little or as long as feels good. And then you can play with tipping over into a forward fold. And you might need to change the width of your strap. So this would now be too easy and I can just completely release the arms. So it might be that in that forward fold, that just before I come into the forward fold, maybe I wrap the strap a little tighter around my arms so that I just am able to be in this without the arms completely collapsing to the floor. So gripping onto your strap, try to keep wrists neutral. Yes, you're not overly flexing them back or collapsing into the elbows. Knees are nice and soft. Of course, knees can be bent if you wish. Maybe take a couple of sways. And if this doesn't feel nice, just stay in the upright version. And if you're in this folded version, let's slowly roll up, tuck the chin to the chest, scoop your belly. Pausing here. And then gently release your strap. Like any movement, like any stretch, it's just as important how you come into it and out of it, and then just give those shoulders time to settle. And then you can progress this. So you can drop the strap and maybe cup your elbows with your hands. So just show you from the back here. If that feels too much, just grab your wrists. And as I talked about in my first video when we looked at neck and shoulders, is what's really important is shoulders aren't up around the ears and neck isn't tight. We're trying to find length and space. So you want all of this stuff to feel good. So pause here, that could be enough for you. You want to dive it back into the forward fold so you get a little bit of hamstring connection as well. And of course it intensifies it in the shoulders. Then melt those knees. Keep the shoulders pinning back. You'll notice as you come forward, gravity wants to take a pull and the shoulders once again want to collapse to the floor. So you'll need to actively lift them up. Chin is dropped, head is heavy, and neck is long. Deep breath in and out. And these interlaced forward folds are strong, but they feel really good. So pedal out through the knees. Take a couple more breaths. Again, you are welcome to be in this for as long as you need to. But for the purposes of this video, let me bring you all the way up and out. Drop, release the arms. Again, take a moment, shine the palms forward, roll the shoulders back. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And so final version of that, you've had the strap, you've had a cupped elbow, is if it feels good, you can also play with that interlace of hands. So fingers interlace. I draw it and squeeze the shoulders back. Again, this could be enough. And what I notice with my body when I'm doing weight training work specifically is there are days when I just can't do this pose. It feels too much to move my body in this way. So if that's you, listen. On that day, listen that it's not right and regress the move. If it's a day when it feels good, when you're not feeling too tight and sore and you feel like you can get into this pose, then feel free to try it. And of course, being upright or soft knees, lengthen your chest, your heart forwards, release the head. So like a bowling ball, I release the head so I know my neck feels safe. And hang and squeeze in this variation of your forward fold. Again, anything that feels good. Pedal out those knees if you need. Maybe you roll one shoulder up. So almost bringing a little bit of a twist. And then let's very gently bring the hands to the sacrum. So again, we're not flinging the hands apart here. It's very gentle. Unwind. And now just let the shoulders collapse. Doesn't matter if you're touching the floor, if you're, if you're level with the knees, it's okay. Just breathe here and then gently bring your knees to the floor. Take a moment, allow the shoulders to roll back. Again, some of this shoulder work is really intense, so you don't want to overstretch. That's the key. Please don't overstretch. So deep breath in, deep breath out. And then come to transition onto your seat. Take your feet out, soles of the feet to the floor, knees bent. Take your fingertips behind you. Fingertips point to your seat rather than away. And a really nice front of shoulder and chest stretch is right here. It's simple, but it's effective. Heart lifts, and you're squeezing your shoulders behind you. Breathing fully in and out, just relaxing the body. Again, neck is long. For those of you that this isn't enough, if you want to progress this, you could press down through the hands, through the feet, and start to peel up your hips. They might only come here. Maybe they get a little higher. I prefer to keep chin tucked. For those of you that like to, you could gently release the head, your choice. This is much stronger in the shoulders. Personally, for me, I like to keep this one at its base level. Yeah, it's level 1. So wherever you are, a couple more breaths. And release. Again, you've moved with shoulders pinned back. So now let's just give them the opportunity to come back into neutral and roll them out. So let's progress to the floor. A couple of poses to the floor to finish. So this would be where your block or your rolled up towel or blanket comes in, and I'll show you lying down, but just to show you upright first, the placement of your prop will be horizontal, and it's not in your lower back and it's not in your upper back. It's literally at the base of your shoulder tips. So it's very much into your mid spine, your thoracic spine, which of course is the one that's super tight. So this is why it's nice. We're going to get a nice stretch for it. So putting it into the thoracic spine, you can have a fiddle once you get in, and I like to bring soles of the feet together. And so you'll notice what this shape does, if it's in the right spot, is it opens up my chest. Head comes to the floor, and yes, the head is tilting back. If this doesn't feel good for you, either in the neck and throat, or if quite simply that you are so restricted into your thoracic spine that maybe head comes to here, that's okay. Bring pillows or blankets and support your head. Fill up this gap with your prop. You'll still get a really nice opening into your thoracic spine, your mid spine. So have a fidget, get settled. If legs in this position do not feel comfortable, you can bring soles of the feet to the floor and roll your knees in. That's much sweeter on the lower back, by the way. This one could aggravate lower back. This one won't. Palms up, shoulders roll back. Let's take a deep breath in. Let it go. And relax. And so this has more of a restorative element to it than anything that we've done so far. And this is definitely one that you could do for 10, even 15 minutes at a time. You could wrap yourself up with jumpers, you could have a blanket on top of you, you could have cushions under the head, and you can use this to wind down a busy day for you, or a day when you felt particularly achy. It's a really nice one to be in. And try to soften your back body. So you may feel a sense of resistance in the body, but keep sending the exhale to those places of tightness and try to breathe a sense of soft instead. So being here for as long as you wish. Otherwise, just very gently, keeping the head connected to the floor, slowly roll off. You can scoot hand behind to remove your prop and come to lie onto your back and just let your chest, your spine neutralize. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then final one, both for mid spine, also for shoulders and front of the arm, is to scoot the hips to the left. Hug the knees in and then drop them over to the right so that you end up in this spinal twist. Left arm extends. And so I feel a nice stretch all the way along the front of my left arm and pec. There's a stretch all the way along the outside of this top left leg, and I'm getting the twist in the spine. And then gently bring yourself back to center and just scoot the hips to the other side. Knees hug in and then drop to the left. Second side, right arm extends, spine really long here, neck nice and long. Couple more breaths. And then let's ease knees into center, hug the knees into the chest, give yourself a little sway from side to side, and then just give yourself a moment to lie, legs a comfortable distance apart, arms a comfortable distance apart from your torso. Roll your shoulders open and your palms up, and just feel how much more open your upper body feels. So completely relaxing nice and heavy through the upper body. Take a few more deep breaths in and out. And then hug left knee, right knee into the chest. Rolling over to one side to push your way up. So I hope that was useful. Again, any of those poses, be in them for as little or as long as feels right for your body. Keep lengthening the neck, keep rolling those shoulders back, and hopefully some of these stretches help you to relieve your pain and tension. Thank you.